will have 1 hour. May begin.
This is an exam specifically designed to select geniuses, but there isn't a single normal question on the test. For example, one of the questions asks, an alpaca and an elephant are falling from a great height at the same time. You can only save one. Which one will you save? Facing such a bizarre question, I chose to save the elephant first. The reason is simple. The elephant is massive, and it could catch the alpaca when it hits the ground. After the exam, the teacher immediately announced the list of candidates who had passed to the next round.
Reynard Muldoon.
In the end, I became the only seed candidate of the session, smoothly advancing to the second round. In the second round, the examiner asked a question. There are 3 switches on the wall, and only one can turn on the light upstairs. With only one chance to go upstairs to check, how would you determine which switch is the correct one? Some suggested using an extra long oral mirror to check, while others recommended using a drone. But all these answers were immediately rejected by the examiner. At this point, I raised my right hand and presented my reasoning.
I think what I would do is flip the first switch, then wait 10 minutes. Then I'd turn it off and flip the second switch. Then I'd check upstairs. If the light is on, then it's the second switch. If the light is off, then I touch the bulb. If it's hot, then the first switch is the one. And if it's cold, then it's the third switch.
My explanation was instantly accepted by the examiner, but right at that moment, Weatherlow came up with an even simpler method.
Yes, that's great. Love Rainy. But that's a lot of work when it's obviously the second switch.
Why do you say that?
Any competent builder would place the light switch 1.5 inches out from the king stud of the door jamb, and that would be the second switch. The other 2 are clearly dummy switches.
I think the focus is less in construction and...
I highly doubt that a school such as this would contract with a less than competent builder.
I think you're missing the point.
Is it the second switch?
Miss Weatherall.
Is it the second switch?
The examiner was momentarily unable to refute it, and reluctantly allowed her to pass as well. The third day came, and I faced the third round of the exam. Confidently, I opened the test paper, only to be completely stunned. Every question was incredibly difficult, and there were even many words I had never seen before. One candidate broke down on the spot and ran out of the room in tears. As time ticked away, with only 15 minutes remaining, I suddenly remembered the rule the examiner had announced. We were supposed to carefully read both the questions and the answers. I immediately rechecked the content of the test paper, and to my surprise, I discovered that all the answers were actually hidden within the questions themselves. Once I figured it out, I began to answer rapidly, and I finished the paper just before the time ran out. Once again, I was the only candidate to advance. While waiting for the next round of the exam, the other successful candidates from different rooms started to walk in, and among them was Weatherlow. After talking with them, I learned that Jack hadn't noticed the trick in the paper, but with his vast knowledge, he simply scored a perfect score. As for Weatherlow, she admitted that she didn't know a single answer to the questions. She had simply helped the teacher remove disruptive parents, which was why she was allowed to pass. In the end, 5 people successfully advanced. But before we could even process everything, the final test that would decide our fate quietly arrived.